Hello, Vanakkam, and welcome back to my Euros roundup. It was a very boring day at Euro 2020, but then it wasn't the case with Copa America. Brazil played and Argentina played also, but then we couldn't cover the Brazil match yesterday because we spoke about Belgium's game with Sven. If you haven't checked that conversation out, here's a link. You can just click this, you can watch that. Brazil are off to a great start in the Copa America 2020 with their second win over Peru. It was totally one-sided. They thrashed Peru 4-0. Neymar gets his goal. He also gets a penalty awarded, but then the referee says, wait a minute, let me check the VAR, and then comes back and says, sorry. And luckily for Neymar, he doesn't get a yellow card for that. We had goals from Alexandro in the 12th minute, and then Neymar scores in the 68th minute, and then Ribeiro on the 89th minute, and then finally Richarlison in the 93rd minute. Right now, Brazil are on top of the group with 6 points, and then comes Colombia with 4 points, and then Venezuela with 1 point, Ecuador and Peru with 0 points. So Brazil are topping the charts in Group A. And then yesterday, Argentina took on Uruguay. After their 1-1 draw against Chile, I predicted that they're gonna have a hard time against Uruguay, but then they managed to get a win over Uruguay yesterday. A simple, modest win, 1-0 over Uruguay. Di Maria didn't start this game and then came on as a substitute in the second half. Messi did all he could and provided the key assist for this game's goal, and that was by Rodriguez. Suarez nor Cavani had any impact on the game, though they did create some chances, but then wasn't enough to actually get past the Argentines. We did have some conversations between Messi and his former teammate Suarez while they were going into the dressing room for halftime. Right now we have Argentina topping the group with 1 win and 1 draw. Chile coming just behind them with again 4 points, and then comes Paraguay with 3 points, and then Uruguay with 0 points, and Bolivia again with 0 points. The Euros had one of the most boring days, with England taking on Scotland, which was by far the most lazy game, which was the case for England last time they played against Croatia. And then Sweden took on Slovakia, and then we had Czech Republic taking on Croatia. And we start off with Sweden against Slovakia. Now Sweden wins this game 1-0 by just 1 goal, that too scored in a penalty by Emil Forsberg in the 77th minute. Now with this win, Sweden topped the group of E with 4 points, and then comes Slovakia with 3 points, Spain with 1 point, and Poland with 0 points. Now Spain take on Poland tonight, and if they win it, they'll be at 4 points, and that would help them climb the ladder in this group. And today we have again a group of death matches that's happening. Hungary take on France and Portugal take on Germany. Portugal against Germany is going to be the most watched game today and is going to have a lot of talking points in my tomorrow's roundup. Now the second match was Croatia taking on Czech Republic. Croatia having a very bad start against England in their first game, and Czech Republic coming into this match with a lot of confidence. We saw Patrick Schick shine in the last game for Czech Republic with his long shot on goal, and in this match, in the first half, he got a blow in the nose in the D box of Croatia. As a result, he was awarded a penalty, and with the bleeding nose, he took the penalty and then celebrated with the bleeding nose. And then Croatia equalized with Perisic's amazing, beautiful shot, powerful shot. Although the keeper could have punched it out, the ball saw the back of the net and put Croatia back on level with Czech Republic. The match finished 1-1, giving them both a point. Now the last game of the night was England taking on Scotland, and it was the most awaited for the Scottish fans as they made their way into Leicester Square a day before and had their celebrations start even before the game. And an England newspaper published this: celebrations among Scotland supporters continued long into the night in Leicester Square, with the Metropolitan Police saying its officers were actively encouraging them to disperse. Over the course of the day, 26 arrests were made, mainly in central London and in the vicinity of Wembley Stadium. Offences included violence and disorder, possession of drugs, possession of an offensive weapon, racial aggravation, drunk and disorderly, and assault of a police officer who suffered minor injuries. In my roundup, which I did after the first England game, that the English game is very slow, it lacked pace, and the same went into this match. It had no pace, and Southgate and the players reacted as if they were happy with that 1 point that they received with the goalless draw. And there are some interesting things that we need to talk about. Jack Grealish comes in the second half, but then Southgate takes off Phil Foden. If there was someone in the England squad which was troubling the Scottish defenders, then it should be Phil Foden. Now Grealish, with the fresh pair of legs, gives a lot of trouble to the Scottish defenders, but why take Phil Foden off? And then Southgate gets it that he has to take Kane off, who had a terrible day. Now this result is a very bad result for England because it puts them in a very bad situation now. Now England take on Czech Republic in their next game, and they they at least need 1 point to qualify for the top 16. As of now, the standings are like this: Czech Republic in first place with 4 points, then comes England with 4 points, Croatia with 1 point, and Scotland with 1 point. So England take on Czech Republic and Croatia take on Scotland in the next round, and England must at least get 1 point, which means they have to draw either goalless or by the number of goals that Czech Republic score against them. So that was my roundup of yesterday's matches. Very boring day at Euros, and a lot of football action happening. And today we have again the group of death matches happening. France taking on Hungary first, and then we have Portugal taking on Germany. On our community tab, we do have voting that happens before every match. So if you follow the channel, then you can also vote your predictions when the voting happens. Now here's a quick quiz session for you guys. England took on Scotland. What was the venue that this match took place at? Comment your answers below, and the first person to comment the correct answer would get a shout out on my next video. I'll see you again on tomorrow's roundup about today's group of death matches. Until then, signing off, Pradeep.